Okay, so if we just quickly run through your exit ticket, I've looked at the ones which you've submitted, but if you just run over all of the work solutions here, then hopefully you'll sort of see any mistakes that you've made and how to correct them. So question 1, find integer values of n which satisfy, and we've got an inequality here with 2 signs either end. So the first thing which I'm going to do is subtract 4 from each term here. So I've got 1 is less than or equal to negative 2n, which is less than 8. Now I'm going to divide by 2, so I'll isolate n first of all. So I've got half is less than or equal to negative n, which is less than 4. Now remember, if you've got a negative coefficient of n, to multiply throughout by -1 means you change the signs. So if I multiply here by -1, I get negative a half. Here I get n, and here I get negative 4, and then you would change the signs. So that would become n is greater than negative 4, and that would become an n is less than or equal to negative a half. So I could draw a number line here. I've got negative a half and negative 4, and n is going to lie within this region, but it cannot equal negative 4. So therefore the values which it could be are negative 3, negative 2 and negative 1, and so they would be all of the integer values which satisfy that inequality there. Question 2, we're asked to solve for x, and we've got 12 minus 5x is greater than 7. So the first thing that I'm going to do is subtract 12. You may have done it a different way, and that's fine, but then you've got negative 5x is greater than negative 5. If you divide throughout by 5, you've got negative x is greater than negative 1. And then here, to eliminate the negative x, multiply throughout by -1 and change the sign, so you get x is less than 1. Okay, question 3, we've got a fraction and brackets involved. So 3 lots of x plus 1 over 4 is greater than 8. So the first thing I'm going to do is expand the brackets. So 3x plus 3 over 4 is greater than 8. And now I'm going to times throughout by 4. So remember, the numerator here will stay the same. So you've got 3x plus 3 is greater than 32. To isolate x, we'll subtract 3 from both sides. So 3x is greater than 29. And then to get x by itself, we'll divide throughout by 3. So x is greater than 29 over 3. And you can leave it like so, or you could make it 9 2/3. Question 4, we've got inequality with fractions. So the first thing I'm going to do is get a common denominator over here, which is going to be 15. In order to do that, I need to times everything here by 5 and everything here by 3. So I'm going to end up with 15y minus 10. Be careful here, lots of people making it 15y but leaving the 2 as it is. Make sure you multiply every term there by 5, and all of that is divided by 15. Here, when we multiply by 3, we get 6y over 15, and all of that is greater than 15. Now I can collect like terms on the numerator here, so we've got 21y minus 10 over 15 is greater than 15, and then we can eliminate the denominator by timesing throughout by 15. So that will give you 21y minus 10 is greater than 225. Now if we just move up here, to isolate y, first thing we need to do is add 10 to both sides, so 21y is greater than 235, and then divide throughout by 21, so y is greater than 235 over 21, which you could also write as 11 4/21.